Good evening, Southeast Texas and Southwest Louisiana. I'm meteorologist Bostwick. We're taking a live look at radar this evening, and we have absolutely nothing on radar today, which basically reflects our 0% coverage that we were talking about. And we've been having a lot of mostly sunny skies, so pretty stable out there today as far as the weather's concerned. And current temperatures right now are pretty hot. It's running right now in the low to mid 90s in most areas, a few upper 90s, especially around Houston. But otherwise, it's been pretty hot for the most areas. However, the humidity is a little bit lower today, so it may not feel quite as hot as it felt earlier this summer. Still, it's still pretty hot, but satellite and radar for the past 3 hours shows that we really haven't had a lot to talk about in terms of clouds or even rain anywhere. So, been pretty quiet today. And Futurecast, sponsored by Modern Concrete, shows that we do have an increase in clouds as expected to take place mainly towards the morning hours tomorrow. And we'll see that those clouds begin to increase a little bit throughout the day, but we don't see a whole lot of rain in the forecast for tomorrow. It's maybe about a 10% coverage of showers. We see that those showers may start to come in a little bit towards the afternoon, evening tomorrow. So right now, just looking around 10%, but nothing too crazy expected. And here's the development chance for the next system that we're looking at. It's east of the Caribbean Sea. The Hurricane Center is giving a 90% chance of development into a tropical depression over the next 7 days. And really and truly, it's hard to tell exactly where this is going to go this far early in the game. There's a lot of uncertainty about where this will ultimately end up or if it will fail to develop. There's a lot of question marks here as far as where it's ultimately going to end up. But for now, we're just going to continue to monitor it and see if this is going to be a problem or not for the Gulf. But right now, we're not worried about anything at all in the Gulf for at least the next 7 days. But what we are looking at is that we are going to have a cold front start to move into the area. And we see that that front finally starts to push through on Saturday evening into Sunday morning. And it moves pretty far offshore by Sunday afternoon. So we should start to see a lot of drier air coming in from the north and northeast, which will be a welcome sight to see after all this humidity we've been dealing with. So looking like a pretty good forecast as far as the early part of next week is concerned. And atmospheric moisture shows that we don't have a lot of moisture to talk about. There's a little bit of an increase for tomorrow, and it starts to pick up a little bit more. And then by Sunday, we see our best chance of rain for the region, and with that increased moisture there. And then what's going to happen is we see that moisture decreases rapidly from the east and the northeast, and that is going to really help dry us out and also bring down our lows coming up for the early part of next week. And as we see that dry air continues to linger into at least Wednesday. So we're looking at lows probably going to be in the mid 60s for many regions, particularly on Tuesday morning. Lows tonight, though, are going to be pretty warm, not really cool by any means. It's going to be in the low 70s in the northern regions to mid and upper 70s in the southern regions, and around 80 at the beach. And then tomorrow, it's going to be pretty hot again, around 94 for most areas and a lot of places. That's about the average high will be, but it looks like it'll be in the mid 90s in some areas, upper 90s scattered around, so pretty hot out there for tomorrow. Our 7-day outlook, though, calls for a 10% chance of rain tomorrow, and then 30% on Saturday, 40 Sunday, so a little bit better on Sunday as far as rain chances go. And then look at that. We start to dry out, and by Tuesday morning, we're in the 60s again for the first time in a while. So it was pretty cool the other morning, but it should be a little bit cooler with this upcoming surge of dry air with that air mass coming in. So it's looking pretty good. And then for Southwest Louisiana, we also have a nice cool down in the works starting on Monday. And then Tuesday morning, once again, will be the coolest day. So be sure to like and subscribe our Facebook page if you haven't done so already. And subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/@GulfCoastWX. Shout out to all of our sponsors for making this video possible. And we'll see you again tomorrow. Have a good one.